Good morning, everybody. This is Todd with the Forex Nitty Gritty Insiders Daily Video. Hope you had a great weekend and things went well for you, getting ready for the holidays. This is the last full week of trading prior to the Christmas holiday, New Year's holiday, so we won't have a full trading week until the beginning of the new year. This is the week that we're going to start to see the liquidity slowing down as people start to take time off, and excuse me, also see some of that volatility increase that happens during the end of the year. So just a reminder again, we've talked about this in the past, but make sure that you're comfortable with your risk control and that you're able to take advantage of the trades that you're in without having to deal with the extra risk that comes because of what's happening at the end of the year here. So what I want to do today is just kind of look at where we're sitting here, and we haven't had too much movement above this resistance area. This is the Euro US dollar, and this right here is really kind of a pretty strong resistance point. And the reason why I say that, so we've got resistance here, meaning that we get these, it moves up, bounces down, it moved up, bounced down. So we had 2 times there. We had 1 time here. We had 1 time here. We've got this right here going on. And what's happening is this is where the sellers are coming into play and pushing this back down. It's not wanting to let it go up above here. And so we're at a critical point. And what happens, just like when something is tightly wound in between an area, and if we just use this as an example, as it gets wound up here, eventually it springs and breaks out of that. Now, it doesn't have to go higher, it can go lower, but we've got this area where it's just kind of being wound up here and not really getting much movement. But if we do get a breakup above here, we could see some nice movement, because now this area of resistance is no longer impacting the price movement of the euro dollar. So keep that in mind as you look at this euro dollar here. And again, this end of the year time, we might see things slow down just a little bit. One thing that we can do is we can go back and we can say, well, what happened last year at the end of the year? Let me scroll over here and just see if we can see anything that might help us looking at the markets. And so this, from about where we're at right now, is what happened last year. So not a ton of movement. Coming up to the holidays, it was pretty flat. Not that that's going to happen this year, but something to consider. So right now, at a good strong resistance point on the euro dollar. Now, the Aussie dollar, the U.S. Swiss franc, we are looking at an inversely related pair and how it moves. And what I mean by that is that when the euro dollar goes up, the U.S. Swiss franc usually comes down. Now, we've actually kind of taken out the support here that was being built where we had buying coming in at these different points. And it broke through there stronger than what it did on the euro dollar. So we've got a little bit of freedom here to think that maybe this is going to continue to roll over, which would tell us that the euro dollar is likely to go up. Aussie dollar, same basic idea here, is that we've got this area of resistance. And we've been very deliberate in this movement on the Aussie dollar, but it's experiencing some resistance at this point. Pound dollar, we're kind of moving up. We're not quite up to the highs here, but nice steady movement back up. As always, when we have a big move like this, we can anticipate it pulling back a little bit. How far, we don't know, but certainly would anticipate that as a possible move going forward. U.S. Japanese yen, I mean, this thing has just gone an incredible amount. Real strong move to the upside. Again, looking for it to settle down or pull back a little bit would be reasonable. Last but not least, the U.S. CAD. We're really starting to agree in this nice tight downtrend here. So we'll see if it develops some support. We're kind of at this area where, again, we would anticipate some support in here, in this area where it acted as resistance in the past. So could be anticipating about. So regardless of what we're looking at, I guess the point is that we're at areas on most of these pairs where we would anticipate some change occurring, whether it's because it's at resistance or support or just because it's had a big move and is likely to settle down a little bit. So keep that in mind. In addition to the end of the year issues with liquidity, we can run into some very volatile times. So use your good risk management and take smaller position size if you feel so inclined. But that's it for today. Have a great rest of the day trading, everybody, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.